There is a strange paradox in modern life that we rarely talk about. The harder we try to fix our chaotic thoughts, the more tangled they become. We live in a world that tells us to constantly act, to solve, and to struggle. But ancient wisdom suggests that the most powerful thing you can do when your mind is screaming is absolutely nothing. Today's story is about a journey. Not just a journey across physical lands, but a journey inward, to a place we all visit but rarely understand. In our modern era, we are all travelers. We travel through endless streams of information, navigating the heavy currents of anxiety, deadlines, expectations, and the constant digital noise that follows us into our beds at night. We look at our minds and see a raging storm, a turbulent whirlpool of thoughts that we desperately try to organize, fight, or clear away. But as the ancient philosophers knew long before the invention of the smartphone, the mind is a delicate ecosystem. We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. And when our internal world is clouded, every decision we make, every emotion we feel, becomes distorted. A weary traveler, exhausted by the relentless demands of a chaotic life, decided to leave the noise behind. He journeyed deep into the quiet mountains, seeking out an old Zen master who was rumored to possess a peace that no storm could shake. When the traveler finally found the master meditating outside a small wooden monastery, he poured his heart out, pleading for a technique or a mental weapon to fight the anxiety that gripped him. The master listened in absolute silence. He did not offer complex advice. Instead, he simply stood up, handed the young traveler an empty wooden bucket, and said, "Walk with me." Together, the master and the young traveler began walking down a dusty, winding mountain trail under the hot midday sun. After walking for many miles, the traveler's throat grew dry. The relentless heat only amplified the racing thoughts in his head. He turned to the master and said, "Master, I am deeply thirsty, and my mind is just as parched, filled with worry about the future and regrets of the past. Please, can we stop?" The master nodded kindly, pointing toward a small, clear stream just a few yards ahead of them. "Go," the master said. "Fetch us some water from that stream so we may drink and rest." The traveler hurried to the water's edge, eager to quench his thirst. But just as he reached the grassy bank, a heavy wooden bullock cart, loaded with logs and driven by a local farmer, rushed across the shallowest part of the stream just a few feet upstream. The heavy wheels dug deep into the soft riverbed. Instantly, the crystal-clear water transformed. The dirt, the decaying leaves, and the thick mud from the bottom were violently stirred up. What was once a pristine, inviting spring became a dark, swirling mass of brown sludge. It looked entirely unpotable. The traveler looked at the water in frustration. He knelt down and tried to use his hands to push the floating leaves away. He tried to filter the dirt with his fingers, paddling his hands back and forth to clear a path for clean water. But the more he moved his hands through the water, the more the mud swirled, and the dirtier it became. Defeated, he walked back to the waiting master with the empty bucket. "We cannot drink from this stream," the traveler said impatiently. "A cart just passed by and completely ruined it. The water is incredibly muddy and full of filth. Let us walk further down the road to find another source." The master looked at the frustrated young man, smiled gently, and shook his head. "No," the master replied quietly. "We shall stay right here. Sit down beneath this tree. Let us do absolutely nothing." The traveler was confused and anxious. Sitting still felt like a waste of time. His thirst grew, and his mind raced with impatience. "Why are we waiting? Why aren't we looking for a solution?" he thought. But out of respect, he sat cross-legged on the grass beside the master. They sat in absolute silence. The birds chirped in the trees, the wind rustled the leaves, and the sun began its slow descent behind the mountain peaks. 10 minutes passed, then 20, then half an hour. The master did not speak, nor did he move. He simply breathed, watching the river. Finally, after what felt like an eternity to the traveler, the master stood up and handed the bucket back to him. "Go back to the stream now," he said softly, "and see if we can drink." The traveler walked back to the bank, skeptical, but when he looked down, he stopped in amazement. The mud was gone. The floating leaves had drifted away down the current. The heavy dirt and silt that had clouded the water had entirely settled to the very bottom of the riverbed on their own. The water above it was completely still, perfectly clear, and acted like a flawless mirror reflecting the blue sky above. He dipped the bucket in, scooped up the pure, cool water, and brought it back to the master. The master took a sip, looked deeply into the traveler's eyes, and said, "Tell me, what did you do to make the water clean again?" The traveler paused, realizing the trap. "Nothing," he whispered. "I did absolutely nothing." "Exactly," the master said. "You let it be. And by letting it be, the mud settled on its own accord, and the true nature of the water revealed itself." This simple stream is the ultimate mirror of the human mind. When you experience anxiety, stress, or chaotic emotions, your immediate instinct is to fight them. You attempt to fix your thoughts. You overthink your overthinking. You analyze your panic, drag your hands through the mud of your mind, and try desperately to force yourself to be calm. But just like the traveler paddling his hands in the muddy water, your frantic efforts to clear your mind only stir the mud deeper. The urge to constantly fix ourselves is the very thing that keeps us broken. The ancient Chinese philosophy of Wu Wei, meaning effortless action or non-doing, teaches us that sometimes the most productive action is step back. The legendary philosopher once famously asked, "Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself?" When a storm hits your mind, remember the stream. The thoughts running through your head are not you. They are simply the mud stirred up by the passing carts of life, a stressful email, a difficult conversation, or uncertainty about tomorrow. You do not need to fight the mud. You do not need to judge it, solve it, or hate it. You simply need to give it time. If you sit still, if you breathe, and if you allow yourself to do absolutely nothing, the chaotic thoughts will eventually lose their momentum. They will settle to the bottom of their own accord. And when they do, clarity will return naturally, just like the crystal clear water. Think about your life right now. What is the muddy stream you have been frantically trying to clean with your own hands? The next time your mind feels chaotic, challenge yourself to do absolutely nothing for just 10 minutes. Sit. Breathe. Let the mud settle. If this story brought a moment of peace to your day, please like and share it with someone who is currently fighting their own internal storm. Subscribe to Tales by Surya and turn on notifications so we can continue to walk this path of forgotten truth together. Until next time, be patient, stay grateful, and remember, the water clears itself when you leave it alone.